So the question is, can you run modern games on a 13-year-old graphics card? Guys, in this video we're gonna try the 6800 GS from nvidia, a 13-year-old graphics card, and see if we can run any modern games on it. Can we get started? Ma, can we get started? You know what? Let's get started. Hey, how is it going, guys? Robin here on Chips Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for gaming. On this channel you'll find PC components, tech gadgets and console accessories, as well as product reviews. So if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. In this video we're gonna try and run modern games on a graphics card from 2005. Yeah, that's right. You know what, let's get started. So we're going to hook it up with my main gaming rig, the one that I'm using right now, see if it even works in Windows 10. Now keep in mind, this is a 13-year-old graphics card. Now if we get it running in Windows 10, what games are we gonna be able to play and what FPS will we get? I am so excited. Alright, so this is gonna be a really fun one, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Now before we jump into the first test, let's have a look at the graphics card in question. This is the first ever PCI Express card I have ever owned. By the time PCI Express was all about the buzz, because the interface was all new back then and it hadn't been out for very long. Back then I was jamming a ton of Battlefield 2 and World of Warcraft. Now back in 2005, widescreen 16:9 gaming wasn't very popular and most monitors were 4:3 and had a maximum resolution of 1280 by 1024. Brings back the memories. Now, you know what? Let's take a greater look at the card. This is nvidia's once upon a time big seller, the 6000 series. This card is called the 6800 GS and it retailed at $249 US, and its biggest competitor by the time was ATI's Radeon X800 XL. We got a total of, are you sitting down, guys? 12 CUDA cores on this puppy and 256 megabytes of GDDR3 memory and a single 6-pin power connector on the back. We even have the ability to run the card in dual SLI mode with pretty good results. And that's pretty nuts. Now in terms of connectivity, for some reason nvidia decided to strip the dual DVI setup they went with the 6800 GT and the 6800 Ultra, and instead they gave us an analog VGA instead. How about that? Now as I said, we're going to be using my main gaming rig here. These are the full specs. So we're running a first generation Ryzen 1700 overclocked to 3.7 GHz, cooled by an Arctic Freezer Esports 1. We got 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, overclocked to 3600 MHz. We got a Asus ROG Crosshair motherboard and 256 gigs SSD for OS. Now guys, to the moment of truth, I seriously didn't know what to expect on behalf coming into this. Would it even boot? I mean, I had no idea. To be frank, it has been laying in my drawer and collected a ton of dust, but the last time using it, it worked like a charm. Now something that was troubling me was Windows 10, of course. I knew for a fact that nvidia had already stopped supporting the 6000 series, so even if we got it booting, I needed to find proper drivers for it. Now fortunately, after a few cold boots, we got the baby running. I was excited as hell at this point. I had plenty of faith. So straight into Windows, everything looked like shit. As you can see, this is what happens when you install a new graphics card before drivers installed. Windows has a generic driver ready for us so that we at least get some sort of output, but it looks like complete shit. Microsoft, what the fuck? I knew this was going to be a struggle, but I went over to nvidia.com, started to search for a driver, hoping to resurrect the sleeping giant. A side note, guys, because we're running without proper drivers, Windows isn't able to control the fan and the fan curve, so right now it's spinning in 100%. I'm telling you guys, this thing can wake dead people. While scouting the net for proper drivers, I'm not even joking when I'm telling you guys that this card is loud as fuck. It's crazy how much a small fan can make such a rich and powerful annoying noise. It's beyond me. Anyway, I started out searching for drivers to Windows 10. I couldn't find anything, so I went with the latest stable driver for Windows 8. By the way, that driver was from 2015. I was happy and excited at this point, seeing that Windows 10 seemed to accept the driver for a moment, until... crap. Now what? I went back, started searching for answers, couldn't find anything at first, but after some digging, I then stumbled across a post on the net where there was a guy that had previously tried the driver from, again 2015, on a laptop with similar graphics, and in his post he clarified that this would actually work on Windows 10 as well, even though nvidia didn't even list it as a compatible Windows 10 driver. I crossed my fingers and gave it a try, and yeah, it worked like a fucking charm. Who would have thought, right? So 1080p resolution. I started to like what I was looking at for the first time, and once Windows started to register the card, the obnoxious noise magically disappeared. It was time to play some games with this baby. I booted up Steam and I went ahead and started up CSGO. If it's one popular game a 13-year-old graphics card can handle, it gotta be CSGO, right? And yeah, my confidence grew stronger when the Valve logo started to flash in front of my eyes. I was excited and hungry to kill some butts. Once in game, things looked promising. On the top left corner, guys, you can see the actual frame rate, almost 60 FPS. This shit is legit. Can you actually play modern games on a 13-year-old graphics card? I mean, why the F are we spending hundreds of dollars on new graphics card when you can just run 2 of these? But yeah, well... well, I guess that explains. At first I thought that something was wrong, but look at the numbers on the top, guys, where it says 99. That is how much the GPU core is currently being utilized. I tried to scale back on the settings a bit, and yeah, we got better results, but I mean 10 to 20 FPS, you barely even understand what's going on, right? Oh no, but Andrew is shooting at me. Oh wait, he's running away. Or is he still shooting at me? Seriously? I can't tell. Anyway, it was time to try something else. I thought giving Doom a try would be a fun experience, since the game is known for accepting almost every hardware out there, running it in great frame rate. Just look at Nintendo Switch, for example. But nah, no go, fatal error, and yeah, we got blue screens as well. At one point I tried World of Warcraft as well, with decent frame rate in the lowest possible settings. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the GPU to be fully utilized for some reason. That might have to do with the drivers, but yeah, I can't be 100% sure here, guys. I also tried Diablo 3, Overwatch, Fortnite, and yeah, even GTA 5, but yeah, no go. I even tried Rocket League as well, but after seeing blue screens after blue screens, I eventually gave up and decided to try YouTube instead. I thought it could be a great idea to try and see if we were able to run high resolution videos. Now that YouTube supports GPU accelerated video, I started out trying 1080p, which worked like a charm, as you can see. I worked my way up to 4K, still no dropped frames, 5K, it worked perfectly fine, and finally 8K. Everything up to this point has been silky smooth as butter, but 8K was too much for the Waken giant to handle. Now, in the end of the day, guys, I'm quite impressed how well the graphics card handled CSGO. I mean, we're basically forcing the graphics card to handle complex visual lighting and effects and textures that it clearly has struggled with, but for some reason it's still able to run the game, even though It wasn't pretty. The question, should you invest in a 13-year-old graphics card? Well, the short answer is no. And the longer version of the answer is also no. You should not. Not even if you're just planning to watch YouTube nature videos in 4K. The coolest thing about technology is how fast new things comes out. Yes, the 6000 series from nvidia was a great graphics card family once upon a time. But what we have witnessing today is how badly a few years old technology keeps up in modern games. Now I hope you like this video, guys. If you wanna see more similar videos like this in the future, please let me know. I have a ton of old stuff laying around. Thank you so much for watching this video. But hey, there's more similar content on this channel as well.